All right. So welcome everybody. We're going to do more legs today. I had taught a class last week and I was so excited. I was telling everybody all the things and then it didn't, I never live streamed it. So only the people in the room got to hear all the knee information of what I was going through. But basically my knee injury was slightly misdiagnosed, right area, but a different injury with just a slightly different rehab. So now that I've gotten onto that, I'm just doing a little bit different things. Inhale, lift, open up your lungs, open up your heart. Exhale, just easy shake, let it go. Relax your face, relax your neck, relax your throat. Inhale, open. And exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Bounce, inviting your lymphatic system to really clear and flush through your body. Inhale, open. And exhale, shake, bounce, enliven your kinesphere, the realm of movement potential around your body. And let's just do a little bit of flicking your hands, kicking, easy, gentle kick with your legs, but just shifting your weight from one leg to the other with a little teeny march. It's not really a march. It's more like if we were marching, we would be the baton twirlers. So a little more razzle dazzle than a regular march, but still getting the nice contralateral pattern in your body. And waking up your feet, your ankles, your hands and wrists, opening wide, bend down, shift from side to side. Let your head and neck totally relax. And then come into center and roll it all the way up. And we're going to do a cat-cow standing with internal and external rotation. Here's internal rotation, external rotation in my legs, internal rotation, external rotation in my arms. I'm probably going to do both. So, and I'm going to curl my spine. So I'm going to round and turn in and then arch and open. Exhaling, rotating in. Inhaling, opening. I'm staying fairly shallow because of my knee injury, but I want to get this hip socket lubricated. So it would look like this from the side. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Using your breath. And then come in, circles with your shoulders. Big circles, rib cage, lungs, heart moving. Let your shoulders really come up to your ears. And then move back and drop away so that you're getting a lot of movement. And then change direction. So yesterday there was this big, well, it's still happening today. So after this class, actually, I should be popping into that. Laban Barteniev Movement Studies conference going on that was spanning China, England, US. I mean, people from all over the world, but the main centers for it are in right now, China, England, and US. So I gave a presentation at 9 o'clock last night. Take your arms up over your head, 9 to 10:30. Well, it was a workshop, not a presentation, doing the somatic inquiry practice that I do, but with a bunch of Laban people who can know what all the cueing that what I'm saying is. So that was really fun. And then come in, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Just turn your head from side to side, let it go. Let's just do a little push across, push across. Very easy, crossing your body, shifting your weight. Exhale. And I'm really pushing and then pointing my toes. So I'm pushing through my foot and pointing, pushing through my foot and pointing as I cross my body, getting this little spiral or big spiral, depending on how you look at it. Last one, just getting us moving. We're going to take it down to the floor. Sitting, actually, let's not sit, let's lay all the way down. I'm just gonna have a quick sip of coffee. Taking it all the way down onto your back on the floor. Yeah, normally I go to bed like around 10 o'clock. And I would say that between 9 and 10:30 are my least cognitive functioning hours of the end of my day. So it was kind of a challenge I took a nap, which helped. And then I also took it really easy before the conference. And anyway, it was fine. Everything was fine. It was super fun. Then I was really wired at the end and it was hard to go to sleep. We're going to knee drop from side to side. Let your hips and lower back relax. Allow your butt muscles to relax and let this massage through the back of your hips and lower back. And the front is opening all the way before it closes again. So we're getting 2 individual legs moving. One moves, then you roll open, and then the other one closes. So think of the legs very relaxed and easy, opening and closing. And this is about letting go. We're not trying to add tension, just make it as easy as possible. And we're going to take it across, spiraling deeper. One leg just reaches out and over. So now that spiral should be going higher up into your spine. I really feel this stretching the space in between my shoulder blades. Yeah, so with this conference, I was thinking about going to London to be in person with it, but my presentation would have been at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't have any of the London people at my presentation. All right. And it also convinced me I didn't need to go there for that. No, but I would have still been doing it in my room online. All right, let's come up and point your toes, tips of your toes touching the floor. You're gonna knee to hand to elbow, knee to elbow crossing. Sometimes you think you have to make a decision about something, but when you look at all the facts, it's pretty obvious what the decision is. Yeah, because I was really excited. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to London. It's going to be awesome. And then I saw what time my presentation was, and I was like, oh, those London people aren't going to be there. But the Chinese people were, so that was great. All right, let's relax your feet. Take your hands down by your sides. Lift your pelvis up. And in this position, we're going to just pull on the diagonal, take a little rock. So my knees are moving forward and backward, firing at my hamstrings. Actually going to walk my feet a little further away, and I'm going to flex and again pull. Just feeling the difference there. So I've got just my heel on the floor, pushing and pulling, and I'm thinking of fanning out my toes, spreading my toes out. And then I'm going to take my feet down to the floor. And I'm just going to peel up. So it's going to be balls of the feet, or sorry, toes, then through the balls of the feet, and then balls of the feet down and toes down. Toes peel up through the balls of the feet and peel back down. So the heels stay on the floor and the pelvis stays in the same location. Peeling up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. 4 more. Peeling it like a banana and then putting it back down. Up and down. 2 more. Up and down. Last one. Up. Roll down through your spine all the way into the floor. Take a deep breath. Surrender into the floor. Let go. Let your body just melt into the floor. And we're just going to gently roll from one side to the other. Just massaging through your back, letting go. Oh, softening and melting. And if you want, you can take your feet up off the floor and curl up a little bit more. The more rounded you are here, the more you're going to get the middle of your back. The longer you are, you'll get your hips and your shoulders. So you can feel into it. Like, do I need to squish out the middle of my back more? Then maybe you need to come more into a little ball. Do I need to get into the upper or lower more? You can adjust where you are as you're rolling across that part. And let your body, the water in your body, really drop down to the floor. So you're giving into gravity. You're not fighting away unless you're picking yourself up to get through that part. But if your head can be relaxed, relax it. Don't you like the way that I just instantly contradicted what I was saying? But the truth of the matter is, it could be either way. If you're down, let it be really soft and easy. If you're going for this part to get through the middle of your back, then you're probably going to be a lot more activated. All right, let's come back into center, and we're going to go back to a hamstring activity. I'm going to take my hands down, interlace my fingers behind my butt, push the floor away, shoulders walking together. If you can't interlace, that's totally fine. Just push the floor away with your hands. From here, you're going to lift up onto the tippy toes and then lower down. Inhale up, exhale down. Back of the body working up and down, up and down. Anytime we're working the feet, we're going to be working the lower legs. Here's the Peapod in to check out the situation. Up and down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. And then you're going to stay in that position. Your feet are on the floor. You're going to open your knees wide, rolling to the outer edge of your foot, and then touch your knees together. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Front of the hips really expansive. Exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Last one. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Open your arms, open your shoulders, and inhale, fold in the hips. Take your arms up over your head. Deep breath in, lower your pelvis to the floor, and then exhale, press it up. Inhale, folding in the hips, lengthening down. Exhale, push up. Inhale, use your breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Arms up over your head. Take the pelvis up. Last one. And then we're going to take the pelvis down and arms up over your head. And here, slightly more subtle movement. You're going to pop your ribs out, and then you're going to exhale and knit your rib cage. So inhale, open the front of the ribs. Let it really fan and blossom open. And then exhale, connect in. I'll show you what that looks like. Inhale, open, exhale, connect in. Inhale, open, exhale. Big breath in. Exhale. So to be honest, I'm not thinking close my ribs. I'm just thinking really exhale everything out. So I'm not, if I exhale everything out and I integrate my spine and my breathing with this movement, I can stay popped and exhale out. But if I really want to exhale everything out, I need to connect my back to the floor. We could do it more intensely, a couple more times. Try and breathe more out. So that's also breath work, right? It doesn't have to be just we sit and meditate and do breath work. It can also be really active, embodied breath work. I mean, all breath work is embodied, but let's take a happy baby. Oh. And just roll around, let yourself release, soften, breathe. And rolling back and forth, rounding your spine, massaging through your back, trying to curl your back as much as you can. And then let's take it back down to the floor. Okay, you can stop eating that now. Go on, do it. Go away. There's a really disgusting reason what she's doing over there. And I said it in one of my classes, and it might have been the class that didn't get live streamed, but all right. Let's take one leg up and just stretch. As your legs up there in the stretch, let's circle the foot and ankle. Gently try and get the back of your knee all the way extended. And then the other way. And then shake out that leg, let it release. And let's go with just one leg circles. So we're going to stay kind of small for these. Thinking of, for this, this is much more typical Pilates, just letting your body be very stable and the leg isn't going to go on a huge travel. But for this version, let's really point our toes. So we're really lengthening through that leg, long leg like an arrow, making a circular pathway. Keeping it fairly small. If possible, engage your quad and extend your knee. Then we're going to flex it and go the other way. So reaching through your heel, lengthening out, circling in the other direction. Again, not very big. Biggest size, maybe beach ball size. We're going to go really big with both legs at the same time. So just keep it reined in, fairly small, really stable in your body without overly clenching or exerting. Go as easy as you can and maintain the stability in your body by just letting the bones stay where they are. Good. And then you're going to shake it out, let it go. We're going to do this one. You're going to fold it in, lengthen out, flex your foot, point your toes. Fold it in, lengthen, flex, point, fold, extend, flex, point, fold, reach it out, flex, point, fold, and reach, flex, point, fold, reach, flex, point, fold, reach, flex, point, two more, fold, reach, flex, point, last one, fold, extend, and flex, and point, and shake it out, let it go. Then we're going to stick with the same leg. Actually, no, let's fold it in. Let's start with the other leg, because otherwise I'm going to forget the whole sequence. We'll come back to that one in a minute. Let's go back to the other leg. Started with pointed toes. Oh no, we start with the hamstring stretch. Circles with our ankle. See? Barely remember just stringing a few things together. And then the other way. And then come in, pointed toes, outward circles with the leg. Long leg. And flex, go the other way. So the knee injury that I have, it's happening in the same location where the sartorius, gracilis, and semitendinosus come in, right here around my inner knee. That is called pes anserine. Change direction with a flexed foot. And it's a bursitis in this little fluid-filled sac. Pes anserine bursitis. And so with the MCL strain, my chiropractor was like, don't stretch. But with the pes anserine bursitis, you want to stretch. So once I changed my my routine out, started feeling a lot better. All right, hands behind your knee. Yeah, this is how do I do PT? I look online at several different physical therapists and see what they're doing. And then I do some of that stuff. And then I add my own stuff. So once I figured that out, it's gotten better a lot faster. Here we go. Let's go with up, flex, point, other side. Flex, point. And so much of this work is similar to PT, but if you have an injury and you are I mean, the things that I was doing with the idea of an MCL strain were a little bit counterproductive for the pes anserine bursitis, right? So you want to know if you have an injury, there's this wonderful thing. It's called the internet. You can look and YouTube at like, there's so many physical therapists that have channels on there, and you can go look at the rehab exercises that they show you. So don't waste your time. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Granted, you have to have a small amount of awareness of your own body to feel in there and go, does it feel like this? Does it feel like that? The reason I knew it was that pes anserine was because I could feel exactly the place where it hurt. And then when I looked at there was a video of one PT saying, what is your injury? If it hurts here, if it hurts here, if it hurts here, if these things hurt. So that's how I figured it out. All right, let's take both legs up and circle out and down. You can either have your hands behind your head or on the floor. I'm going to point up and then circle out. So it was a self-diagnosis combined with a chiropractor diagnosis. Both of us were a little bit off. And then looking at this online video. I've got a cat right in my way. There she goes. Last one. I'm going to open out and get that side stretch. So this side stretching was what I wasn't doing if it was an MCL. With the pes anserine, this is great for it. So I'm not going to push it beyond what feels good. I want to make sure that the stretch is happening in my adductors, my adductors, not in my MCL or this edge of my knee. So I'm keeping my hands up here. I'm just going to lower my legs and then curl it up a little. Lowering, so I'm arching and curling my lower back so that I get the stretch through the different parts of my adductors, which are also known as the inner thigh muscles. And then we're going to come in, bring it in, and just a little internal rotation. I'm not going to go really far in this. I'm just going to make it small. You could take a deeper spiral, internal spiral there, if that feels good to you. And we're going to carry on. It's legs, legs, legs. So we're going to do this really low. You're going to reach your leg out, flex your foot. I'm just showing you that leg is straight. My hips are square to the ceiling. This is going to be low. Don't go higher past your knee. Just, we want to feel the front of that quad engaging. If I go higher, it kind of, I don't have to work as hard there. So I'm keeping it low. Up and down, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to turn it out. Still keeping my hips square. 1, keeping it low. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bringing it back in, just shaking everything out, letting it get easy, switching to the other side. So again, low leg, long leg, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn it out. 1. Heel coming at the middle. 2. So you're lined up with your midline. 3, 4. Inner thighs, bring it up. 5, 6. Long straight leg. 7, 8, 9, 10. And coming back, we're going to go with a big high kick on this one. So this is more of the hamstring stretch. I'm going to flex up and point down. Going 1, 2, 3. Long leg. 4, 5. I'm going to change it. So those were 5 normal ones. Now we're going to lengthen out of your hip socket. So you're going to slide your heel along the floor, kick, lower down, and point. Lengthen out, kick, lower down, and flex. Reach it long, kick, lower down, point, reach it long, kick, lower down, flex, lengthen it out, kick, lower, point, lengthen out, kick, lower, flex. Slide it up. Other leg. So we're going to start with the plain ones. Just wait, flex up, point down, flex up, point down for 5, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to switch it. So you're going to reach it out, kick, lower down, flex, push through your heels. So see how my whole pelvis shifts? I get longer, I kick, I come down and point. Reach it out, kick, lower, flex, reach it out. I'm not thinking about this being my pelvis tilting. I'm just thinking about lengthening my leg along the floor. And because it's doing that, the pelvis tilts. Up, down, point. Let's do 3 more. Last one. So that helps from keeping the front of my quad getting all bunched up, right? Sometimes people really overwork this top part of their quad. It's all pulled up and in. Think of it lengthening out. And let's roll over onto our sides. You're going to take the bottom leg, toes to your knee, try to square off your hips to the floor, rotating in and out, going 1, 2, 3. Nice movement in the hip for happy ball and socket. 5, 6. We're just going to do 8, 7, 8, and then slide it down. Flex your foot up and down. Actually, forget that. We're going to start slower. You're going to be internally rotated from your hip socket. Rotate your leg in. Try to keep your hips perpendicular to the floor, up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Parallel. This is low. 1, 2, reach it out. Long leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn it out. Toes up low. 1, not high. 2, we'll go high in a minute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give it a break. Tap it out. Get that tissue to soften and move so it's not gumming up against itself or the other tissue in there. It's getting soft and easy. Our IT band is going to be like strong, and it's not something that we want soft and mushy. Like people think, I got to stretch my IT bands. No, if you didn't have a tight IT band, you would fall over. It helps you stand. So we're not trying to stretch the IT band, but we want it to have mobility. So there are layers. There's the big bandy layer on top, which is the really intense part of your IT band. But under that is a softer, more jelly-like layer. And those things need to be able to move against each other. So when we're doing stuff like this, we're trying to make sure that those surfaces can slide against each other. Like this, right? I'm moving it back and forth. So it's not just locked on the side of my leg. If it was really locked and they didn't have that movement, I wouldn't be able to move at all, right? We need that underlying fluidity. All right, flex up, point down, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's take it over knee. So you roll onto your back. That leg you were just kicking is going to go over the other knee and draw your knees in towards you. If it feels better to do the ankle over your knee here, go for it. So I'm doing a very adjusted stretch because of my knee. And then shake it all out. And we're going to roll over and start the whole thing on the other side. So legs are straight down below you. It's not the Pilates pike. It's more long, elongated body, in and out. Going 1, 2, hinging right at the hip. 3, Strong ankle, 4, I'm cramping, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then taking it down, right down below you, turn in, toes towards your ankle, up and down, 1, low leg, 2, 3, 4, reaching through your heel, 5, long body, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, parallel, 1, 2, reach it out, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, toes up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Tap it out, let it go. Again, getting that IT band and that layer underneath, which is still, it still has form and holds itself, but it's not like that long bandy connective tissue, like your IT band, iliotibial band. And then we're going to kick up high, flexing up, pointing down, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's cross it over. Crossing it over the other leg, again, drawing them in, getting that stretch in the hip of the crossed over leg. Maybe you get it in the bottom one too. Feel free to adjust this so you find your stretch. Every day is a different day in your body. Some days so sometimes we think, oh, this is the stretch that always does it for me. But then sometimes if you try something else, you're like, oh, this is doing something slightly different. It's really good for us to have these different types of movement, right? Lots of different types of movement so that we can really keep moving. All right, let's just do a mobility for our spine, for our hips, for our butt. And it's just going to start with rolling across one butt cheek and then the other. So there's strength. We all know what strength is. I can push away, I can pull, I can lift something, I can do something, I can hold myself up. And then there's mobility, and mobility is that I can move easily, right? It moves, it's not stuck. And then there's flexibility, which means it can open and stretch a lot, right? Mobility is kind of a combo platter of flexibility and some strength, but it's also its own thing. Let's open all the way up and then take it down to the floor. Opening, painting the rainbow and taking it down. And you can add a little bit of arch curl. So there's an arch, and then I surrender and curl, open and arch. And mobility is often very much about a whole connected body working together, right? Sometimes people, like if you teach let's say just a Pilates class or even a yoga class, and you do one side and then you're going to the other side, and the act of getting from one side to the other side for a lot of people is the hard part, right? But that's the functional movement. Like, how do I get around? How do I do things? So let's take that a little further. You're going to drop one knee down, the other leg comes across. You're going to take that up, pelvis moves forward and come down. Knee drops, leg comes across into an arch and down. And you're kind of making this circle around your body with your arm. Woo. And I'm leaving the bottom hand on the floor so I can come up into that sort of back bendy, somewhere between a side plank and a back bend. Oh, it feels really good. Last one. But this could then turn me around to come all the way up to standing, right? We want to be able to get up and get down and move around easily. Those are indicators of your longevity, how well you can move your body for a lot of people. And also like grip strength. So with grip strength, it's not that your hands need to be so strong. It's that if your hands are strong, your forearms are strong, your arms are strong, right? That you can't be strong at the very tip if you don't have strength coming all the way in. It's one connected body. So just thinking from those terms. So we're going to do some flipping over onto your elbows and your knees. Since we did so much kicking in the front and the side, we're going to get some in the back as well. Leg out behind you, up and down, going 1, 2, 3. If you need more padding under your knee, get it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going for 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and come down. I'm going to try this. I'm not sure if this is going to be great for me or not today. So you maybe are going to do it hands further out in front. You're going to make a circle with your butt, circling around. Oh, this is fine. Letting your hips release. I'm not going to do too many. 3 or 4, one direction, and then the same thing the other direction. So again, mobilizing your pelvis, hip sockets, spine, pushing with the arms. All right, let's take that down to a forearm plank. In your forearm plank, all you're going to do is drop down to the floor, arch, curl your toes under, pick it up to the floor, arch, toes under, and pick. Drop it down, look up, curl your toes, lift up, drop it down, reach, curl your toes, push the floor away, down, reach, toes, changing it slightly, down. You're going to come up a little higher, come back down to your elbows and pick it up. Pelvis to the floor, lift it up, coming back down, picking it up. Take your time. You can go slower than me if that feels good. Two more. Last one. Let this one take you back into a child's pose, which I'm not going to go into myself because of the knee thing, but feel free to child's pose or go into a different position. Free up your back. Breathing, head-tail connection. Big, deep breathing, filling up your lungs, filling up your torso with your breath. And then let's come onto our, let me just check the time. Clocks. I just don't have any clocks in my house. It's always I gotta look at my computer or my phone. I usually pretty much know what time it is. All right, let's take it onto our sides. Both knees are bent. They're not straight out in front of you, but a little bit lower. And you're gonna inhale up. Let's just do an arm circle. And as your arm circles down, butt goes to the floor. So you're gonna inhale, lift into the C curve, and then exhale, butt down. Inhale, lift. Let the weight of your arm going over your head help you pick up. Inhale, press, and exhale. 2 more. Inhale up and exhale. Last one. Inhale up and exhale. And you're going to swing your legs around to the other side. Same thing. Elbow underneath you. Inhale up and exhale down. You can follow your hand with your eyes like you're doing some kind of weird sideways swimming. It's only because we're using our arm. It makes me think of the sideways swimming. I don't know. Last one. And come down, open up into your straddle. And we're just going to circle our torso around over our legs. Let your guts be really easy. So you're not trying to contract in, you're trying to spill out, sloshing around the inner body. And change direction. Mobilizing the organs. And then just quickly spiral. You're going to flex and arch and look up. And then point, come around, flex and arch and look up and point. Everything radiates away from center. So it's like your foot and your back are doing the same thing. And then they soften as you come around, reach it out. Come around, reach it out. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Last one, exhale, inhale. And we'll take it into a big side stretch. And then take it down. Take it to the side and lift it up. So mobility work also is going to emphasize the movement, right? It's not going to be just sit somewhere. Flexibility work, sometimes we'll have some movement in it, and sometimes it's really going to be just sit there, right? Hang out in the space. For me, usually if I'm hanging out in the space, if there's an inner awareness and an inner attitude that's working with the outer attitude, it's very helpful. So if I kind of just fall into it, not much. But if I think of the inner body also lengthening toward the outer body, it's different. Side stretch, face your leg. Bring it into center. This time just hang out down there on the floor or wherever you are. And if you feel like this is tight, if you're having a hard time, bend your knees. And then pushing the floor away and coming up, bringing your legs together. Give them a little whack. Rotate in and out. I'm just going to take my knees, bend them, and I'm going to hit the backs of my calves. Trying to get that, all of that muscle, especially the stuff that's really close to the bone, to soften up. Sometimes calves get really tight and it's hard to stretch them, especially if you do it like dancers. Dancers are always using their feet, and then they're going to be using their calves in a very different way because their feet are so expressive. So those muscles are coming in up into your knee and into your calf. So when we get more movement of our feet, we're going to have more definition in our lower legs. But that also can mean that things get tight and stuck. And when I was a dancer being trained, I wasn't being taught how to really let go of that stuff, right? How to let go of the things, taught how to hold it, how to engage it, how to pull up and in, but not how to let it go and soften and melt. And we need both sides of that spectrum, right? Otherwise, we're going to have less longevity in the tissue, right? We need the lengthening, the releasing, the engaging, the softening. We need all of it. All right. Butt up in the air, let your head hang down. Once you get there, just shift your weight forwards and backwards. So I'll show you this from the side. I'm shifting onto the balls of my feet and onto my heels. You could even do this with bent knees. As I shift my weight, I feel the stretch in different parts of the back of my leg. So letting yourself feel into what is going on inside your own body. And then bend your knees and come all the way up to the top. Inhaling, opening. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out. Inhale, open. Exhale, let it go. One more. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. All right, TV land humans. Thank you for showing up in whatever way you have shown up. And I am going to